Sacred Soul Sanctuary presents Soul Healing Poetry. Assalamu alaikum, dear souls, and peace to every soul who has found their way here. In the name of the one who softens, opens, and awakens the human heart. Welcome to Soul Healing Poetry. I am Gulami Mustafa, and this is a space for gentle reflection, spiritual nourishment, and the healing whispers of Rumi poetry. Here, the heart is invited to speak, and the soul is invited to listen. Whether you've wandered here before, or this is your first arrival, I am so glad. And today, we open the doors of the heart together. Take a second to just settle wherever you are. Maybe stretch your shoulders, take a breath, and let your jaw relax. Today we're talking about something we all know too well. The emotions that show up uninvited. Anxiety, overwhelm, numbness, loneliness, the guests we didn't call, but somehow always arrive. But here's a thought. What if they aren't really the enemy? What if, as Mawlana Rumi says in the Masnavi, be like a guest house, every morning a new arrival. Welcome and entertain them all. Now take a breath with me. Wherever you are, just pause for a moment. Feel your feet on the floor, your hands resting, your shoulders softening. Now, let's think about those little ordinary moments in a day, because often that's when our emotions arrive. Like when your phone buzzes and before you even look, your mind jumps ahead to everything you have to do. Or when you're pouring a cup of tea or coffee and suddenly your chest tightens and you realize you're already worried about tomorrow. Or when you're in a meeting nodding along, smiling, but inside your thoughts are racing, scattered, untethered. Maybe your anxiety shows up in traffic, in the quiet of your bedroom, in the pause before sending an email. Maybe overwhelm drifts in while you're cooking dinner. It's subtle, almost invisible, but it's there. And Mawlana Rumi would say, this being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. Even in these ordinary moments, the hurried mornings, the endless lists, the racing thoughts, are visitors at your door. They carry messages. Notice me. Breathe. Slow down. Pay attention. And what if we didn't run from them? What if we welcome them all like unexpected guests, curious, gentle, without judgment? Take a slow breath now. Name what's present. Anxiety, restlessness, impatience, doubt, or even quiet tension. Simply notice them. These small everyday arrivals are trying to tell you something, and today we're going to listen. Yes, every single feeling carries a message, and today we're going to meet them together. Share some stories, reflect a little, and maybe even hear what Mawlana Rumi would whisper to us if he was sitting right here. So, pour yourself some tea, make yourself cozy, and let's step into the guest house of the heart. Mawlana Rumi's guest house. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house, empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honourably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door, laughing, and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Mawlana Rumi shows us that every emotion is a visitor, arriving for a reason. Let's take a moment to welcome them fully with our breath. So, if you can, sit or lie down comfortably. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your stomach. Close your eyes if it feels safe. Now notice the natural rhythm of your breath. Inhale slowly through your nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Imagine a soft light entering your body. Feel the air expand your chest and stomach. Hold your breath gently for 1, 2. In your mind, silently name the feeling or emotion that's present. Anxiety, sadness, frustration, joy. Now, exhale fully through your mouth for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Imagining you're creating space in your heart for this visitor. As you breathe out, silently say, I welcome you. I am listening. Now let's just repeat that again. So, inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Still imagining a soft light entering your body, feeling the air expand your chest and stomach. Notice the emotion arriving. Hold it, greet it without judgment. Now, exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And create space. Let it move through you. Imagine a small door in the center of your chest. With every inhale, the door opens a little wider. With every exhale, an emotion enters and sits gently in the room. See them, name them, and allow them space. Now, bring your hands together at your heart. Take one deep, final inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, and then gently exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whisper to yourself, every feeling is a guest. I am the host, I am safe, and I am whole. Now that we've welcomed our emotions through breath, let's step into real life stories, modern day visitors of the heart, so you can see how anxiety, overwhelm, and other feelings show up in everyday life. Let me tell you about Amira. She wakes up with that familiar tightness in her chest. She hasn't even looked at her phone yet, and suddenly her mind is already racing. The day hasn't started and she already feels behind. Sound familiar? She asks herself, why do I feel like this when nothing is wrong? And here's a little secret. Maybe anxiety isn't here to attack her. Maybe it's just saying, slow down, notice, come home to yourself. Mawlana Rumi reminds us, don't get lost in your thoughts. Meet your feelings. They are messengers from beyond. And the Masnavi adds, whatever comes to your door, treat it as a guest, for it carries hidden blessings. I absolutely love that, don't you? Even feelings we resist, they might just be trying to guide us. So next time anxiety knocks, maybe try looking at it like Amira does, like a small guest with a tiny message, rather than an intruder. Then there's David. On the outside he's got it all. He's successful, he's respected, he's really efficient, but inside numb. Not sad, not happy, just nothing. He tells himself he's fine, but that numbness is a wall around his heart. And guess what? The heart is waiting for someone to notice it. Mawlana Rumi says, if the heart goes silent, it waits for someone to listen softly. Don't turn it away. And Masnavi reminds us, even emptiness has a message. Even silence has a tongue. Attend to them. Because sometimes the emotions we ignore, the ones we shove aside, are actually the ones trying to guide us back to ourselves. Think for a second. Can you remember a time you felt numb or disconnected? What might your heart have been trying to tell you? And then there's Lena. She's at dinner with friends, laughing, joining in, playing around. But inside, she feels far from herself, disconnected. Mawlana Rumi says, inside you there's a hidden spring. It flows only when you dare to feel. And Masnavi adds, loneliness is not a void, but a gentle teacher whispering, come closer to yourself. Her quiet ache isn't emptiness. It's an invitation to meet herself, to feel fully, to notice her heart. And maybe, just maybe, there's a little Lena inside of all. Sometimes a part that just wants to be noticed. Here's something I've been thinking about, and it's inspired by Mawlana Rumi. And it's called Visitors of the Heart. Every feeling that knocks on your door is a traveller with a message. Anxiety arrives trembling, not to scare you, but to remind you you've forgotten to breathe. Sadness sits quietly, showing you where you're tired, and anger rumbles because your boundaries need protection. Even emptiness comes softly to show you where reconnection is needed. Mawlana Rumi reminds us, whatever you encounter, let it enter with respect. Do not slam the door on it. So, welcome them gently. Listen. They carry truths you might have been too busy to hear. Sometimes it feels weird, right? To welcome anger. But give it a little nod. Say, okay, I see you. Not to get stuck in it. Not to let it take you over. But just to notice it. And sometimes anger is like a little alarm bell telling us, hey, something really needs attention. And when we acknowledge it without judgment, it often softens and we can hear what it's really trying to say. So give it a nod, maybe even a tiny smile. I see you, anger. I hear you. And notice what happens when you stop resisting and just let it sit in the room with you for a moment. Now imagine this. You're stuck in traffic. You're late for a meeting. And your chest starts tightening. Your mind is racing and irritation is bubbling up. Usually you might talk to yourself saying, you're so silly. Oh, this is crazy. Or don't be mad. Or try to push it away. But today, instead try this. Take a deep breath, place your hand on your chest and say softly to yourself, ah, anger, I see you. Notice it, the heat, the tension, the urge to snap at someone. Just watch it for a moment. You might notice that as soon as you acknowledge it, it softens a little. Your body relaxes. You're not letting it control you. You're simply listening to what it has to say. Maybe it's telling you, I need space. Or something here isn't okay. Even in traffic, even in small annoyances, your anger becomes a guide, not a tyrant. And suddenly, you're not just reacting. You're aware, you're present, and alive. Now, let's just have a heart-to-heart for a minute. Imagine your heart is a guest house, and every emotion is a visitor, and that every visitor that comes has something to tell you. Before we open the doors to the heart, there's a beautiful lesson from Mawlana Rumi that can deepen this whole practice. Mawlana Rumi's life transformed when he met Shams, not because Shams brought comfort, but because he brought truth. He stirred emotions in Mawlana Rumi that were intense, unexpected, even uncomfortable, yet profoundly awakening. And here's a reflection for you. Have you ever met your Shams? Not necessarily a spiritual guide, but someone in your everyday life who awakened emotions you didn't want to feel, but needed to feel. Because here's Rumi's deeper teaching. Shams was not just a friend. Shams was an emotional mirror. Her guest who arrived at Rumi's door with powerful feelings, love, longing, discomfort, expansion, and Mawlana Rumi welcomed them all. Mawlana Rumi's meeting with Shams shows us that sometimes the people who stir the deepest emotions in us are actually guides from God. Sometimes the guests we didn't expect, irritation, longing, jealousy, compassion, tenderness, arrive through people, not moments. And every emotional reaction, even the messy ones, can awaken something inside. So ask yourself gently, Who in your life brings emotions to the surface? Who challenges you, softens you, stretches you, or unsettles you in a way that ultimately grows you? That person might be your shams, your emotional teacher, your divine visitor, the one who shows you what still needs healing and what is longing to awaken. And just like Mawlana Rumi writes in the guest house, welcome and entertain them all. Welcome the emotion and the person who carried it for you. Because every guest, whether an emotion or a relationship, is sent as a guide from beyond. So which emotion visits you most often? Which one do you usually try to avoid? Mawlana Rumi is whispering, the fleeing you flee from is the doorway to your soul. Mawlana Rumi is whispering, the fleeing you flee from is the doorway to your soul. Step gently inside. So maybe today, just notice, listen, don't fix it, just meet it. Don't worry if it feels messy, because that's all part of being human. So, my dear travellers, here's what I want you to remember. Every feeling is a doorway. Every moment is a path. Every breath is a way back to yourself. Walk gently today. Let your emotions pass through like guests in a home of light. And when the world feels heavy, place your hand on your chest. Take a breath and remember, there's a softer way, a wiser way, a way back to you. Be like a guest house, every morning a new arrival. Welcome them all, for each one carries a message from beyond. That's just a little reminder. Notice it, welcome it, and listen to it. And that is enough. Before we close today, I invite you to carry this practice into your day. Notice the emotions that visit you, anxiety, overwhelming, restlessness, even joy. And when they arrive, pause, breathe, and welcome them, even if just for a moment. And if today's episode resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone who might need a gentle reminder to treat their heart as a guest house. You can also take a few minutes to journal. What messages did your emotions bring today? Which visitors showed up? And what did they have to teach you? As we come to the end of this sacred moment, let your heart carry what you felt today. And join me next Friday for another journey into the soul. More Mawlana Rumi poetry, more whispers, more guidance for the heart. Until then, keep following the light within.